Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about Studio 666. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros: movie stars, the rock band Foo Fighters. Now, I don't know much about the Foo Fighters personally. I mean, I now recognize that I've unintentionally listened to some of their music because it's been played in several movies. I know one of their songs was in The Other Guys, where you have the famous scene where The Rock and Sam Jackson decide to jump off a building and aim for the bushes, only to just fall right to the concrete and die. That actually happened. It was one of the greatest death scenes in cinematic history. And I didn't realize until later that one of their songs was playing during that. And I was like, oh, wow. Didn't know that. And when it comes to rock, yes, I listen to rock. Okay. Like my main bands, like I listen to, there's like Linkin Park, System of a Down, yeah, I guess Breaking Benjamin, so a bunch of others, but not Foo Fighters. They're not really my thing, but I know they're quite a few people's thing, and I know they have fans, and I would imagine that some of those fans will watch this movie, but it can be a real 50-50 thing whether they show up or not, and I'll explain that when we get to the cons, but they have a fan base, and there's a good chance some of that fan base will show up. So, yeah, established fan base, established reputation, established I guess yeah, they're just established. So, I would consider that a pro, relative pro. Second pro is that this movie's getting released in way more theaters than I thought it would. I mean, it's in well over 2,000 theaters, which surprises me, honestly. Um, it's not obviously not the widest movie coming out right now, but still, that's kind of surprising. So obviously, I mean, it's way plus it's way more theaters than Cyrano. So I think because of that alone, it might have a better chance than Cyrano. So even though it's not a super wide release, it is more than wide enough to be to make some cash or some level of cash. I don't know. But a decent-ish theater count, I would consider a pro here. I mean, it's not like this movie was ever meant to be like a big blockbuster, so but still, way more theaters than I thought, so I consider that a pro. Um, what else? I mean, I guess competition is pretty weak at the moment. You got Uncharted, but that's a completely different genre. Same goes for Dog. And then everything else is just dead. So yeah, like competition wise, it won't be too severe. So yeah, I would consider that a pro. Lack of severe competition. This next part is not a pro or a con. It's kind of like a middle ground thing. Reviews are like at 56%, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. It's just mediocre, so it probably won't help or hurt the movie in any way. So I'm just gonna not label it as a pro or a con. But now we're gonna get to the cons. So cons. Hmm. I already said like this band has its fans, but that does not mean they are going to show up to see this movie. There's no guarantee that fans will show up to a movie just because a big musical celebrity or music person is involved in the movie. I mean, obviously there are exceptions. I mean, Beyonce, whenever she's in a movie, her movies tend to do pretty decent. Um, but that's not the case for everyone. I mean, remember Taylor Swift and Cats? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Granted, like she didn't like promote it that much, but people knew she was in it because they put her in all the trailers, even though she was barely in the movie at all. But still, they showed her face, that horrific cat face. They showed it through all that marketing campaign, and it did nothing for that movie. So yeah, I mean, I know there's other examples. I mean, I guess Rihanna would be an example. She's had some hits, but then she also had Battleship, so there's that. And um trying to think of others. These are mainly like pop stars. Like I've never seen like I guess rock bands get involved in this stuff. Um but those like the best examples I have. I guess I can go to musicians here. That might be a good. Well, I guess there's sing, but that's animation. That doesn't really count here. I'm trying to find ones where it's like the actual musicians, not like a biopic or something. I'm struggling to find some that I know of. And they can't be cameos either. So pop star disqualified. Um, I'm really trying my best. I'm trying to find these. I can't find it. This is gonna take too long, but yeah, there's no guarantee the fans are gonna show up just because a certain musical, celebrities in the movie. So I consider that a con. Just it can be very iffy. Like it's very unpredictable. So yeah, consider that a con. Another con. This is a horror comedy, and that genre can be pretty problematic, not in like the political sense, but like from a box office perspective. Because sure, I mean, obviously, Zombieland is like the one thing people are gonna point out, like, well, that was a horror comedy that did well, but not every movie can be Zombieland. Okay, it's like a history of failure in the horror comedy genre. I mean, it's a little better if it's animated and it's kid friendly, but this isn't kid friendly, so yeah, no. Um, I mean, I guess I've heard the biggest issue with like the horror comedy genre is that people consider like it's too scary to be funny or too funny to be scary, and it's hard to find that middle ground. Zombieland managed to do it, but not every movie can. So, yeah, this being a horror comedy that's not family friendly, it's apparently I just looked at it's hard R. Ugh. So I'm gonna consider that a con. I would consider that a con. Uh, what other con can I think of? That's like obvious. Well, I guess lack of attention. I've seen no ads for this movie on YouTube. Although I've actually seen some like online ads, where it's like at the background for websites. I've seen those, but no ads really at all. And obviously, everybody's attention is elsewhere, whether it be the Batman or Elden Ring or shoot, uh, obviously, the terrible stuff going on with Russia and Ukraine. Whole lot of things, whole lot of other things that people are paying attention to, and this is probably not on their list of things they're paying attention to. So yeah, lack of general attention, I would consider that a con. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So opening weekend, I'm stumped. I'm stumped. I'm very stumped. I think I'm gonna lowball it in case I screw up really bad. I'm gonna lowball it, the same as Cyrano. I'm gonna say between $1 and $2 million opening weekend. I think it'll be a little more front loaded than Cyrano. So I'm gonna say between like 3 to 4 million total. That's what I think. I could be wrong. It could do way better than that, but it could do a whole lot worse. I don't know. This is just what I think is gonna happen. But yeah, that's my prediction for Studio 666. So yeah, and that's it for February. What a weird month it was. It was very unexpected thanks to one movie. But yeah, it was a weird month. But I'm glad it's over. And now we move on to March, which is really just ugh, like, oh, there's only one movie people want to see, and the rest are just there. And I'm pretty sure you can all guess which movie people want to see. The Batman, obviously. And that's going to be the next movie I talk about when it comes to predictions. And I'm really excited to talk about it. It's definitely one of my most anticipated movies of 2022. So yeah, I can't wait to talk about it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got a playlist on the homepage with all previous prediction videos I made this year. Still not a lot, but it's growing, and that's a good thing. But if you want to watch any of the past prediction videos I made this year and all the other years I've done it, just go to the playlist tab. You'll find them with ease. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Never talked about Studio 666 once. Um, I'm now at 109 episodes. I know some more stuff happened today, so it's going to be 110, but that won't come out till later, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past canceled episodes, all 109 of them at the moment, go right ahead, go nuts, watch them all, watch them in chronological order. It'll be quite the. It paints a really interesting story. It's quite the story. What's been happening in the last 2 years. So, yeah, go watch those. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. The February recap will come out beginning of March, first week of March, either before the Batman or after the Batman. I haven't decided yet, but it'll come out first week of March. I can tell you that much. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.